She walked into court facing a felony assault charge, but what happened next was far from a typical guilty plea. The judge offered her a second chance, but there was one condition she absolutely could not afford to ignore. Stay until the end to hear what the judge told her about staying out of prison.
And you are
Sandoval. It's the next one.
Sandoval. Oh, I snuck up on it. It was just stealth like that lady. Here we go.
Can't talk about it. But actually, ma'am, you step over here.
Oh,
You don't over here. That's it. We'll let you.
Amanda Kay.
Yes. They involve at the end, she's one office, so what's your doctor, then I can get yourself about. Yeah. You don't feel right, right?
No, I have to pay.
So you can't.
We give you a discount on those tickets.
Okay.
And, we pay about
Like-
$3,000
Flat here, go forward.
to fly there and to have, which really isn't much of an hour. And then, this time, you know, actually, it's a little bit of 1 day safari. If you will.
We'll get a lot of assaults on a peace officer today. A lot of cases.
When you not legal alcohol, there's.
Okay. Yeah, Sandoval.
So,
How many others do you have over there? Oh, good.
just suspicion.
He's getting tired. All right, 26 CR 455 is now called the state of Texas versus Amanda K. Sandoval. That is you. With Mr. West, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment? Here can we proceed?
Yes, sir, please.
In summary, ma'am, this indictment alleges, as you probably are intimately familiar with, on or about February 23rd, 2026 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of assault on a public servant. Do you understand what you're charged with?
That was just.
This is a second-degree felony. If convicted, you face a term of not more than 20 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
An agreement has been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty but not found guilty. You would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. There would be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense you must follow. And that keeps you on deferred or unadjudicated probation, keeps you from getting found guilty. If you failed while on probation and committed violations of your probation could be revoked. You could be found guilty. And this is Amanda Sandoval.
Yes.
The indictment says third-degree felony. This has been checked second.
Oh, I may have checked wrong on there. That's not.
Sorry. You're looking at no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison. And the 10 or 20, there's nothing good about either of those, but one's more than the other. The correct is this is a third-degree felony, so it carries with it no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison. And a fine to $10,000 can be the same.
The racer.
God, I hate
I know.
this thing. This style is, I don't know who did it, but I think it was done just to aggravate us all.
The old ones were just turning the
Hard
hand.
thing to do.
The hand was the racer.
I mean, you went with me, say I had to put a pad over it because of the way I like left-handers, you know, we always had an arm over the paper. All right, this is a third-degree felony, no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. The agreement is you would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length, and fined $500. You do well, probation can be ended and concluded in 1/3, 3 1/3 years if you do well. Is this your understanding of the plan? If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. How do you plead to this? Guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? And because you are guilty? That's yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct? State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence.
No objection.
Without objection, it's submitted. Among other things, ma'am, this states that you sign that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely, voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. In fact, it's been read to you. You read it. You are guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true of state, so help you God. State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived.
Yes, please.
I am going to follow this agreement. I'm going to find that you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There is sufficient evidence from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here that you signed to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I'm not going to do that. So long as you follow the terms and conditions of probation, you will be on a deferred or unadjudicated probation, not found guilty. Make sure you do. If you fail, your probation can be revoked. You could then be found guilty and sentenced, in this case, up to 10 years in prison. You don't want that. Among other conditions of probation, will be to complete an anger management program, and you're fined $500. Anger management, that's a good thing for almost everybody. Sometimes you lose composure. When you lose composure, you do things you wish you wouldn't have done, and you get punished for it. Like in this case, fix this and you'll do better. Just when you feel upset, you got to call a timeout in your own mind and count to 10 or whatever it takes to focus. You'll get over it quick enough and you won't be looking at criminal trouble. And that's a good thing for everybody, because everybody gets upset. It's how you deal with it, though, is the way that keeps you out of trouble. Okay. Please see him and good luck on probation. Thank you. Let me see that last one again. Thank you.
Amanda avoided a felony conviction for now, but this second chance comes with serious consequences. One violation could put her back in court and facing up to 10 years in prison. If you want to see more real courtroom moments, surprising rulings, and cases like this one, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next case.